Ever wonder who's out there, like, actually fighting for the causes you care about?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
just talking, but making real change happen, like shaping policy.
Right, right.
Well, get ready to deep dive into the world of special interest groups officials.
These are the folks who are the voice of, like teachers' unions, huge tech companies, even those big-time sports leagues, you name it.
So they're the ones negotiating better working conditions, right?
Absolutely. Influencing what actually, gets turned into law,
Wow.
making sure that the people they represent have a seat at the table when it matters most.
That's huge. We've got a massive stack of resources from RoleCatcher today.
Oh, nice.
It's like the ultimate guide to this whole career path. And you know me, I love a good deep dive. So no more mystery. What's a typical day really like for a special interest group's official?
Okay. Imagine this. It's 8 a.m. Your phone's already blowing up with calls from, like, government agencies.
Oh, yeah.
Then you're suddenly, like, drafting a speech for this huge industry event.
What time to breathe?
And then, bam, you're prepping for a meeting with let's just say, a rival organization to, try to find some common ground on, like, a new regulation.
Wow. So it's nonstop. And speaking of nonstop, the RoleCatcher guide mentioned something like 64% of these professionals. They said that speaking effectively is like mission critical.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this isn't some desk job where you're just, crunching numbers all day.
Ugh.
You're constantly communicating, whether it's, getting people fired up about an important cause, or maybe it's, negotiating a compromise, or even honestly just crafting that perfect email.
Yeah.
The one that gets everyone on the same page.
That makes sense. Because you're not just speaking for a group.
Yeah.
Right. You're speaking to a whole bunch of different people, like all the time.
All the time. Yep.
The guide also mentioned needing a deep, deep understanding of your chosen field.
Oh, for sure.
So it's not just about being like a smooth talker.
You hit the nail on the head. Let's say, for example, you're super passionate about I don't know, education reform, and you're representing a teachers union.
Okay.
You need to understand the ins and outs of education policy, obviously,
Makes sense.
but also things like labor laws, budget constraints, even stuff like curriculum development.
It's like you need to be like a specialist in your area, right?
Yeah.
But also like a master strategist at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fascinating. Okay,
Mhm.
so we've established this role about way more than just, attending fancy dinners.
Mm.
Okay, so we know this job is like crazy demanding, high impact. You're right in the thick of it all.
Right.
But how do you actually get there? Like, how do you become that master strategist?
Yeah.
What does that career path actually look like for someone wanting to get into this?
So RoleCatcher, they lay out this pretty, classic kind of trajectory.
Yep.
But it's the details that get really interesting,
Yeah, get into it.
So you might start as like an assistant, right? Doing a ton of research, policy briefs, fact checking, maybe even, drafting speeches for the higher ups.
So like real behind the scenes stuff,
Oh, for sure.
but like essential for learning how it all works.
Exactly. You're building that knowledge base.
Yeah.
Proving you can, handle the details.
Yeah.
But then also starting to see how all those tiny little details fit into the like bigger picture
Right.
of what your group is actually trying to accomplish out there in the world.
I bet you're also like watching, observing,
Oh, yeah.
soaking up everything the more senior officials are doing.
Right.
Like how they're negotiating, how they handle, the media and all that.
Absolutely. And as you get a little more experience, you get more responsibility too.
Okay.
So maybe you're leading a, small team on a specific project, or you actually get to go to those like high-level meetings.
Oh, wow.
Not just to, take notes in the corner, but to actually contribute.
Right, to actually be a part of the conversation. Okay, so you've put in the work, you've paid your dues, you've got, some wins under your belt.
Yeah.
What does that next level look like then?
Right.
Do you become like, I don't know, the ultimate spokesperson, the face of the group?
Could be. Or
Yeah.
or you might find that you're kind of drawn to like the strategy side of things,
Okay, yeah.
developing long-term plans, figuring out where the roadblocks are going to be, how to get around those.
Wow.
How to achieve your goals when it seems like the landscape is constantly changing around you.
Yeah, it's always changing.
Always. RoleCatcher highlighted this one case study, and I thought it was really fascinating,
Oh, tell me about it.
where it was a group that was representing renewable energy companies.
Okay, yeah.
And they were facing a lot of pushback on this. Oh, I know what this is about.
This new solar farm project, right?
Yeah.
Instead of, just fighting it out in court, which a lot of groups might do.
Right, yeah.
They actually decided to partner with a local community college
Oh, wow.
to create this training program
That's fantastic.
for solar panel installation and maintenance.
They're smart.
So they're,
Creating jobs.
creating jobs and addressing the concerns head on.
That's brilliant.
Right. And it's that kind of,
That's next level.
creative problem solving that really sets someone apart as they're, moving up in this field.
Right.
You're not just reacting to stuff.
Yeah.
You're anticipating. You're finding those win-win solutions.
Right, that benefit everyone.
Okay, I got to say, I'm not even looking for a career change or anything.
Right.
But this is getting me fired up.
I love it.
RoleCatcher also had this whole section on acing the interview process.
Oh, yeah.
For this kind of role.
Super important.
And they even have that AI tool.
Yeah, the AI tool.
To practice with.
It's wild.
Which is, it's kind of wild, I have to admit. That whole AI interview tool, it's
I know, right?
amazing and terrifying at the same time.
It's very, very Black Mirror or something.
It is. But I guess in this kind of field, being ready for anything is part of the job, right?
Totally. In RoleCatcher, they really emphasize you got to be ready for those tricky questions, the behavioral ones.
Yeah.
Tell me about a time you had to convince someone who totally disagreed with you, that kind of thing.
Oh, man, yeah.
Because it's not just about what's on your resume, right?
Right.
They want to know how you think, how you handle those, high-pressure situations.
Can you think on your feet?
Exactly.
Because let's be real, if you're representing a group and they've got a lot riding on this, things can get, intense.
Oh, for sure. RoleCatcher, actually, they quoted this one official, a real veteran in the field.
Okay.
And they said, in this line of work, no 2 days are the same.
That's true for a lot of jobs.
You got to be good with, not knowing what's going to happen next, be able to change course if you need to, that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. Be adaptable.
Be adaptable, always thinking ahead.
Wow.
That's the name of the game.
Yeah, I like that quote. That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's not just about, memorizing a bunch of facts and figures.
Right.
It's about, like you said, being adaptable, being resourceful,
Yeah.
thinking strategically, always a step ahead.
Exactly.
It sounds like you need to be a chameleon a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Able to kind of adjust to different people in different situations and what they might throw at you.
Yeah, you got to be able to, read the room a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Know when to, push your point, when to maybe, back off a little bit, find a compromise.
Right.
But always, never losing sight of what your group needs.
Right. What's best for them, keep that front and center.
Exactly. That's got to be the priority.
We've talked a lot about the how today, the skills, the career path, even how to prep for the interview.
Yeah, the nitty gritty.
But RoleCatcher, I think they also touch on the why a bit. And I gotta say, that's what always gets me.
Oh, yeah.
That's the heart of it,
100%. It's easy to get bogged down in, the day-to-day.
Right.
But at the end of the day, this is about, standing up for something.
Yeah.
Being a voice for whatever it is you believe in.
You get a difference out there.
Exactly. Whether that's, fighting for workers' rights, or maybe you're passionate about a certain industry, or, there's a cause you're really, really into and you want to see it succeed. This is how you actually make that happen.
Yeah, it's about making an impact, right?
Yes.
Not just, showing up and punching a clock, but actually seeing the results of your work out there in the world.
Right. And knowing that you're a part of something bigger than yourself.
Yes, exactly.
And, that kind of leads us to the big question that RoleCatcher leaves us with.
Oh, okay.
The one that, hopefully sticks with you even after this deep dive is over.
Ooh, I love a good lingering question. Hit me with it.
Okay, so think about it. What is the thing, the cause, the group, whatever it is that you are truly, truly passionate about,
Okay, yeah.
The thing you would go to bat for.
Yeah.
What kind of impact do you want to make on the world?
Right, it's got to be authentic.
It's got to be real. And how can, all those skills we talked about today, being a good communicator, knowing how to negotiate, how to think strategically, how can you use those things in other parts of your life?
Right.
Even if you're not, switching careers tomorrow.
Right. Those skills apply everywhere, really, when you think about it.
Oh, 100%.
Wow, that's a really powerful note to end on. I like it.
Yeah.
It's not just about what's on your business card.
Right.
It's about finding that thing that lights you up that you want to speak up for, and then figuring out how to actually use your skills, whatever those skills might be, to actually make a difference.
Yes. Love it. That's it, you know?
Find your voice.
Find your voice and then use it.
Yes. There you have it, folks. Another deep dive. Another perspective, like totally shifted.
Shifted. I love it.
Until next time, keep exploring.
Keep asking those questions.
Keep learning. And, like, most importantly, don't be afraid to, like, ask the big questions, the ones that really matter.
That's what it's all about.
Exactly. That's what we're here for.